Thank you all for being here. This committee has done a great job. I'm really proud that we're all here together today to honor two people that have done thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of volunteer work in their civic lives. We talk about, everybody can be great because everybody can serve. Dr. King's incredible words. That is the textbook definition of the two honorees that you are going to meet here today. And our first presenter for the event here today is Melissa Fann, an attorney during day and a hockey mom at night, which I think is fair to say about Melissa Fann. She serves as the chair of the Equal Opportunity Board in Ross Township. She's the chair of the DEI committee for North Hills Community Outreach and a board member. Please give a warm welcome to our favorite hockey mom, Melissa Fann.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to introduce our first award winner. And our first award winner, Nate Locklin, certainly exemplifies service. Nate has served on the board of directors of North Hills Community Outreach since 2015. He is currently serving as our board president. Previously, he has served as chair of the Development and Communications Committees and also as vice president. Nate stepped up as the main leader of the organization during the pandemic, which, as you can imagine, was very busy for an organization like NHCO. He was involved in almost every facet of our organization, and just in 2020 alone, he gave hundreds of hours of volunteer time to NHCO. What he did was truly heroic. This would have been incredibly important in any year, but it was even more vital during the time of the COVID-19 pandemic. As president, Nate is extremely active on all committees, and also he created the DE&I committee, which I have the pleasure of serving as chair with him. Professionally, Nate is an IT infrastructure manager at PPG, leading the SQL Server and Business Intelligence Administration. He completed his Master's of Science degree in Information Science from the University of Pittsburgh. Let's give a big hand for Nate Locklin.
I really appreciate this honor. It means a lot to me. As I look back, the times that I've found the most joy and fulfillment in life have been the times when I've been helping people and serving others. So this really means a lot to me. And I'm really thankful to have an organization like NHCO here in the North Hills to be able to volunteer with. Our motto is people helping people, and truly that's what we get to do every day, helping make sure that nobody in our community is cold, hungry, or alone. And it's brought great joy and fulfillment to my life. I just want to take this time to thank everybody who's serving alongside me at NHCO, without whom none of this would have been possible. Melissa and our other board members have done an amazing job leading the organization during some very difficult times. And then Tom Baker and our wonderful staff have gone above and beyond adapting our programs to meet the needs of people during the pandemic, and honestly putting their own personal health in jeopardy to make sure that the needs of our community are met. And I just can't say enough about how much we appreciate that. And lastly, the support from the community has just been overwhelming during the pandemic. Just the outpouring of help and support has just been wonderful. So thank you very much.
Our next honoree, you're going to hear the story from Jackie Boggs, but when you talk about somebody that literally put themselves out there during the pandemic, used their hands to make a positive difference when kids were struggling at home without desks and without the ability to learn, this next person did incredible things. He's one of the most active volunteers you will ever meet in your life. And to the honor of introducing that person goes to Jacqlyn Boggs, the outreach manager for the Millvale office for NHCO. Let's give a round of applause to Jackie Boggs.
So I am very honored to be here to introduce the next award winner, Glenn Smith. I've known him for a couple years now, and he was a big part of when I first started with North Hills Community Outreach and flood cleanup. Glenn volunteers not only at the North Hills Community Outreach food pantry, but he also goes to the Greater Pittsburgh Food Bank and packs the boxes and the things that go out to the pantries. What Glenn did during the pandemic, for me, it was amazing to watch, and I got a front row seat. But as we all know, during the pandemic brought so many sudden and unexpected changes. One of those changes is classrooms now became now took place at home. We had students who were trying to attend class from their beds, from their couches, from a dining room table that they were also sharing with siblings, and maybe parents that were also working from home. Glenn saw a TV or a news report about somebody making desks and thought he can do that. So he made desks for students in our area. He put the word out at his church, St. Paul's United Methodist Church, and got donations and volunteers to help. Each desk came with a folding chair and a lamp. Organizations such as North Hills Community Outreach and schools made sure that these desks got to the children so they had a suitable place to attend class. Some feedback of some of the people that I know that received the desks: a grandmother who unexpectedly gained custody of her grandchildren, got 2 desks so the children had a place to attend school instead of a coffee table in the living room. A father of a teenager was thrilled to get a desk. His daughter now had a clean place to work and not in her bedroom. Again, as I stated, Glenn, I've known for many years, along with his wife, Kate. Glenn also volunteers with the Volunteer in Mission group at his church. So congratulations to Glenn for the Selfless Service to Others Award.
Thank you very much. This is an award that is truly humbling. If you've ever worked with folks from NHCO, I think you would realize, as I did, how easy it is to step up and volunteer and do everything that you can. Because these are folks who don't look at their profession as a job, but they look at it as a vocation, as a love effort. And so it's very easy to work with them and to do many of the things that I've done. I've been very privileged to be able to do these things. Jackie told a lot about our desk project, which was great. It was truly a labor of love. When we started out, I thought if we build 25 or 30 desks, that'd be great. And my wife put an article in our church bulletin each week for 4 consecutive weeks. And between family, friends, and our church family, we brought in just over $6,200 in a month's time, which just blew us away. So really, we couldn't stop building desks because we can't send the money back. So 203 desks later, we finally ran out of money. And I don't want you to sit there and think that, boy, Glenn was really busy. He built 203 desks. That's not true. There were a total of 33 volunteers who gave anywhere from a few hours to a lot of hours. Whatever they were able to spend time-wise, they gave. There were 37 people who gave money. There were over 1,100 volunteer hours to do this desk project. And it's something that I have absolutely no regrets. I was asked the question a little bit ago, what project do you have going now? And I just shook my head and said, well, no, not any particular project, but I wouldn't mind building desks. But I had to be careful because my wife was standing beside me. And I have to acknowledge my wife, because our house was converted into a workshop and a paint shop from Thanksgiving through the end of March. It was like Grand Central Station. There were people coming and going. There was dust flying everywhere. Cars sat outside all winter. But we accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. And we delivered most all of these desks. Not every one of them, but I think our little group delivered somewhere around 140 to 150 of the desks, many of which Kate and I personally delivered. And if you want to talk about award, this is a wonderful award, but our reward was knocking on the door of those families and hearing the excitement and the joy from those children. That was just, it made it all worthwhile. So at this moment, I would like for you to acknowledge my beautiful, amazing, very supportive wife. Kate, stand up, please. Stand up. She watches Wheel of Fortune most every night. And if you're familiar with that program, the host, Pat Sajak, always interviews the guests and has them say something about their family, and the wives say something gushing about the husbands, or the husbands say something gushing about the wives. And my wife has said to me a number of times, what would you say about me if you were on that show? And I've always had the perfect answer. It's not really a concern because I'm never going to be on the Wheel of Fortune. But today I've had my chance to recognize her effort, because without her full support, this would not have happened. So again, I thank you very much for the award. It's very humbling and very appreciated. Thank you.